if you're at home watching this scribbling video. We've made a scary classroom here today for a special reason. On the count of three, everyone go, woo! 1, 2, 3. Woo! Yeah. Why did we do it? Because we can't adjust the lights. All right. Welcome to Scribble Inc. What's the date today? May 11. You've got a, what uniform's that? McGregor. We're going there this afternoon. You're going to see a whole bunch of the team there. I'll be doing a dance.
No, you won't.
What are you doing there? Performing what?
A song.
I think I'm dancing to your song. Yeah. Is it Wake Me Up Before You Go Go? Oh, okay, maybe it's not. All right. Let's move on. Guys, what we do every week now, we are practicing either character paragraph or persuasive. We've done 2 weeks now of character, yeah? So this week, we're doing persuasive. I know. So you've got your Intensio Magnifico sheet, yes? Could you pull that out, please? I know we're writing in the dark here. Hopefully you'll be okay, kids. Well, that's a good, it's hard to film with the lights on. So if you have trouble, if everyone raises their hand and is having trouble, we might have to put the lights on and we just have to suffer. All right. Let's have a look at the example persuasive, okay? Australia, this is a triple descriptor. One of our professional sentences. Australia is an amazing country with its windswept plains, pristine coastlines, and menagerie of cultures melded into a vibrant nation of delightful contrasts. Quadruple verb. However, standing in the way of harmony, Australia's checkered and violent past has 3 things it's done. It's segregated opinions, divided the people, outraged minorities. And then a many-most technique underneath. Many Australians support the current date of Australia Day, though most remain in favour of a change because, and our reasons. We're going to do this one. We're going to make it very simple. Schools need more funding. Hands up if you think your school could easily spend $1 million on its students. Who would like $1 million at their school, for the school to spend? What would you like at your school if they had $1 million?
Aircon.
Aircon, please. You know what? I will aircon your school for free. How's this? Is that good? Is it nice? See? Free. Mr. C air conditioning. What would you want for your school? Make it sensible. Oh, he goes, dang it. Yes.
Shady eating areas with aircon.
Shaded eating areas with aircon. What do you go? You guys all want aircon. Just go like this. Do that. There's your own personal aircon. Yes. Is it sensible?
The ability to. I want a democracy, not a dictatorship.
Okay. That was interesting. Okay. Schools need more funding. Can you write that on your sheet, please? Schools need more funding on your Intensio Magnifico sheet. Take out your sheet. Should be inside your book. Is it inside the book, guys?
Those intensivos should be in their folders. They're in their folders.
Oh, in your folder, darling. Where's your folder? The one we gave you. Have you got your folder? Oh, she doesn't have a folder.
Okay, we'll get some. Don't worry.
Oh, thought we would have had one for her. Did we give you a folder last week? Oh, where is it? Oh, it's at home.
Okay. We'll
Okay,
get one.
you got to bring it every week. Make sure you bring your folders every week. All right. Schools need more funding. Here we go. Schools, well, how do we do a triple descriptor? Something about schools with their blah, blah, blah. Schools,
Schools are a great place for learning.
okay.
Torturing children.
Schools are a great place for learning. Let's make that a little bit more sophisticated. So, ready to write? Australian schools Australian schools are wonderful places of education with their. And we're going to pick 3 things that make our Australian schools great places to learn. Okay? So I'm running through this one with you. Who can tell me a great reason for our schools being so terrific? Yeah.
Library.
With their, okay. We need adjectives with it. With their, should we say, well-stocked libraries? With their well-stocked libraries, what else? What else do our schools have? Someone from over this side of the room. What do our schools have that make them good places to learn?
Computers.
Okay.
Or laptops.
Modern computers, and one more thing that our schools have that make learning great. Something about our classrooms, I'll give you a clue. And air-conditioned classrooms.
No, not aircon. Why?
Right? That starts it professionally. Guys, I need you to know that if you were doing NAPLAN and you had a persuasive and you started like that, the teacher marking your work will have a heart attack and fall over. They'd have to call 911. Okay? That is a brilliant way to start. But, like I've been saying to students this week, if you can't master the triple D and you attempt it, it could end up a train wreck. And then you'll be saying, oh, scribbling, scribbling, what are you doing to my writing? You need to be able to master it. That's why we're practicing. Okay? Australian schools are wonderful places with their well-stocked libraries, modern computers and air-conditioned classrooms. It's simple, it's professional, it's effective. Okay? Let's move on. We now have to do a quadruple verb. However, because this thing is about we need more funding, we need more money in our schools. However, what do I want to say? Just tell me in basic English terms, what's our argument? However, what? However, schools need more funding. So I want to say it using a professional sentence. That's what Scribble is all about, right? We take writing to the next level. Advanced writing made simple. Making writing champions since 2016. It's what we do. So let's write this whole idea about schools needing more funding wrapped inside a quadruple verb. I'll just move the text up so it fits. All right. However, standing in the way of quality learning,
Quality.
What's wallet?
quality, you know what quality is.
Quality.
Now, however, standing, there's our first verb. Standing in the way of quality learning, underfunded schools have. Now look what we set up here. Segregated opinions, divided people, outraged minorities. What can we say here about schools that don't have enough funding? Something about parents, something about students, something about teachers. That would be good.
When students get break.
No. Have a look. What's the example? Outraged various minorities. We want something here. They have something the parents, something the students, something the teachers, or something the communities. We need some verbs, past tense verbs. This is our quadruple verb, guys. Let's go. Got it?
Nearly sunburned students because we have lunch in the sun, like for.
No. No. Okay, let me give you the first one. Underfunded schools have angered parents, comma.
Why would they
Angered the parents because we don't have enough money in our schools. We're creating a good argument, an effective argument. Something about the students or something about the teachers next. So that angered the parents, something the teachers. Got a good word?
Disgraced the teachers.
Disgraced the teachers. That's interesting.
Or maybe
I don't mind that. Disgraced, disrespected the teachers.
Or maybe some way to say that they don't get paid enough. That they don't get paid enough.
That's an awesome one. How about embarrass the teachers, Mr. C?
Possibly
I reckon that's
embarrass.
what Brandon's saying, hey. It's embarrassing.
Embarrass the teachers and something for the students. What do we got for the students? Yeah. Oh, disadvantaged our students. I like that.
School should be a democracy.
Yeah, you said that. And disadvantaged our students. Now we need a many most. It's so easy. Many people think our schools receive enough money. Though most believe, and I'll leave it up to you to finish. Many people think our schools receive enough money, though most believe, blah, 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 blah. And don't forget, we need to attach 3 reasons as well. Who's got a most believe statement? Who can tell me? Though most believe what? Think about it. Many people think we get enough money, though, so now we're going the opposite. Though most believe. I know you're too busy copying down, can't think at the same time. Many people think our schools receive enough money. How many, you know what? I think to master a paragraph like this, you'd have to do it 10 times. I think after 10 times, I think you would start getting the idea of this. Who's got an idea for this? Though most people believe what? Yeah. Schools what? No, this is about money. It's about the funding. Okay, it's about the funding. We're arguing that schools need more money. So that's what we've got to say down here. Many people think our schools receive enough money, though most believe...
They don't have enough money for the community.
Well, they don't have enough money, but we don't want to say they don't have enough money because we've already said enough money. We don't want to repeat ourselves. That's repetition, okay? So, though most believe they need more funding to... Now, 3 reasons. What do we need more money in our schools for?
So they can buy stuff for it.
So they can buy stuff. No, school. What do we need? What do we need money for? Yeah.
No.
Let's think further than your own needs about air conditioning. What could schools use money for? What do you think? Because that's not how principals don't think, I've got to air condition my school. They're thinking bigger picture, make your education better.
More education of equipment.
Okay.
No.
More resources. Yes, that's one idea. More resources.
Better brakes.
Better
Brakes.
breaks. What do you mean better breaks?
Like after a session of learning.
Yes. How does money improve your break?
Playground equipment. Like playground equipment.
Oh, okay.
No,
Well, so we said better resources. So in your classroom, listening, in your classroom we have resources. Outside are the facilities, and inside probably maybe more quality teachers, as in more teachers in your school. They're the 3 things. Yep. So let's write that down. More funding to increase resources, improve facilities, and something about teachers. Oops, better spell facilities right. More funding to increase resources, improve facilities, and employ more teachers. That's what we need in our schools. Okay? So now, when I'm arguing all of these cases now, I'm going to prove why we need more resources. I'm going to prove in another paragraph why we need to improve facilities, and in another paragraph why we should employ more teachers. So they will be my 3 arguments, okay? Resources, facilities, teachers, and then a conclusion at the end. Now, I did this one with you. We're not going to try one on our own yet. Next week with our leaders, we're going to try one where you're doing the thinking. But I wanted to model it for you today. Just 3 sentences will make a professional, persuasive piece of writing. 3 sentences make a great start. And we'll show you how to do the body during our classes. But that intro, you won't see Year 12ers doing that. Unless they've been to Scribbling, then maybe they will. That's professional right there. Okay? All right. That's our first task done. We're now moving on to, in our books, small words. So if you'd like to open up, please. All right. Here's the paragraph. Before stepping out into the night, she had gotten one last look at him. Terrible English. She had gotten one last look. I don't like it. She refused to believe he had been in prison only last week. In other words, how did he get out so quick? Especially for the crime he said he was locked up for. The night air was chill. Poor writing. But I want to say this. When we're fixing our small words, it has to improve it. If you've taken a word out and put something in and it makes it worse, don't do that. I would rather see the small word in there than you ruining the sentence, okay? That's very, very, very important. It's the biggest rule about our, actually second biggest rule. Biggest rule, you don't want too many small words. Second rule, only remove or replace if it improves it. And I'll say 80% of the time it does, okay? Let's go for it. So I've got, stepping out into the night, she glanced at him one last time. She refused to believe they released him from prison so soon, especially for the crime he admitted. A chill descended into the night. Can I read that good one, Mr. P? Whose was that good one over here? Can I have it, buddy? Where's yours? Awesome. We have stepping out into the chilled night air. I like that. Bring the chill from here and put it up to there. Well done. She looked at him one last time. She refused to believe they released him from prison so soon, especially for the crime he admitted to. Well done. Good job, buddy. All right, time for us to move on to the main job today, the professional writing today. Have a look at this picture. Giddy up. Who's ever been horse riding? Oh, a few people. Isn't it true? When you're on a horse, it's up so high, hey? Yeah. It's so high. It's like you're on the tallest tower in Mexico. Are there tall towers in Mexico? Possibly. That's what it feels like on a horse. So, in our books, if you turn over, not you, darling, if you turn over, you will see we are doing story starters. So up the top, what's it a picture of? Right, a man and his horse. It's the first thing, a man and his horse. That's what it's a picture of. Now, underneath that it says write 2 story starters. So, we need to be thinking professional writing. Where start, when start, why start, verb start. Maybe quadruple verb, maybe triple descriptor, maybe M-dash descriptor. Since this is our first time, I'll work through it with you. So what do we want to start with? Triple descriptor, quadruple verb, just a where start. Any of these are okay. Any ideas? Yes? A where start? What were you thinking? A verb start. Okay. Could be a quadruple verb. But see, this is what we need to think. When you're writing, you need to be thinking, how shall I start this? Because what we don't want is, once upon a time, there was a man standing on the ground with his horse. We don't want that, okay? We're past that now. But you know what? The truth is, before you started scribbling, that's how you would have done your story. There was a man standing on the ground with his horse. It was a brown horse. He was wearing clothes. The end. And you would have gone, yay, my story's fantastic. Look, I got an A for my story. Aren't I fantastic? Well, your parents think so. That's great. We want to be thinking professionally. Okay? So, we're going to come up with 2 professional starts that we could perhaps use. All right, so let's try a verb start first. Holding the reins, that's those things there. So let's write that down. Holding the reins. Not you, darling.
R-E-I-N-S.
Actually, we can do this. If we jump to here. Right, holding the reins.
It's kind of like how you.
So can you write it there on this second one? Holding the
Oh, no,
reins.
sorry. Mr. C, we're writing it in that line. That's
Where it says story starters, yeah.
story starters.
2 story starter ideas. Holding the reins, R-E-I-N-S. Holding the reins. That could be one way to start, right? Next one, underneath, you ready? Exhausted, so underneath that, underneath holding the reins, exhausted by a hard day's riding. Exhausted by a hard day's riding. E-X-H-A-U stead, S-T-E-D, exhausted by a hard day's riding. Now, underneath that is a glossary box, words that we could use. So, horsey people, what are some words we could use if we're writing about horses and this sort of thing? What's this thing called, the thing you sit on? Saddle, write it down, saddle in the box, saddle. This will test some of you. Who knows this thing around the horse's head?
Muzzle.
Not a muzzle, not you two. Anyone? Sorry? B, yes? Okay, it's like someone who's getting married, the lady getting married. What's she called? Bridal.
Nice job.
B-R-I-D-L-E. Bridal. B-R-I-D-L-E. I just realised I talk loudly. Bridal. What's another thing? What's the H one, girls? Where's the H one?
Horse.
Up here somewhere, isn't there?
Head.
Yeah, where's that?
Actually, did you say halter?
Yeah.
No, that's
No,
a
a
rope that
muzzle.
if someone's walking the horse. That's
Oh, so there's no halter there.
No, there's no halter.
Okay. So we've got this. Oh, this thing, the foot thing, the foot straps. What's the foot straps name? Not quite. Yes?
Foot strap.
No, it rhymes with white chocolate syrup. Is it the?
You would
Okay,
write-
go for it, Al. Tell us.
Stirrups.
Stirrups. S-T-I.
That's right, yeah. That's right, yeah.
Double R U-P-S. S-T-I-R-R-U-P-S. Now we want words like leather. Leather might be useful. L-E-A-T-H-E-R. The horse, that's its mane. M-A-N-E. Oh, this might be like a halter here. There's a rope underneath.
No,
Is it-
that's not.
Isn't it?
No, that's to stop the horse from lifting its head too much.
Oh, there's a rifle. That'll make a story interesting. R-I-F-L-E. The rifle there. Probably a Winchester.
Wait, I know what.
This pack up on top that he sleeps in most probably. What's that called? Who knows the thing? It's not a bed.
Pillow.
Any idea what it's called? Close. What's it called?
Potatoes.
A potato. No, it's not a potato. You generally don't sleep in a potato. Oh, you got it.
Is it a tent?
No, not the tent.
Pillow.
Tell us.
Pillow.
I'll give you a clue. Someone give me a G. Who can hum a G? Hum me a G. Once a jolly.
Yeah.
Say it. Swag. The swag. S-W-A-G. They sleep in a swag. Once a jolly swagman camped by a billabong under the shade of a jacaranda tree. I changed it to suit our suburbs because we don't have those other trees. What's a coolabah tree anyway? It's like, I don't know. All right. With our leaders, we're going to attempt to write a paragraph, but who can tell me the rules about a paragraph? One paragraph, one idea. The helicopters are not coming for this swagman. All right? One paragraph, one idea. It might be arriving to camp. That's it, the arrival. We do a paragraph on the arrival. We might look back a bit where he had to hunt a wild boar, and we do just that moment in time. One paragraph, one idea. And then crucially, guys, action sentence, thinking and feeling sentence, story sentence, description sentence, and atmosphere sentence. They don't always have to be that, but while we're practicing, let's practice those 5. And the third thing, mixing our starts. Okay, where, when, why, verb. This is now, we're now putting into practice all the stuff we've been teaching you. Okay? So our leaders are going to be watching with magnifying glasses to see that we're actually now writing quality paragraphs. Let's go. Rock and roll, Scribbler.
Are you sure this is